Hello, and welcome back to HunterTuned. Today it is, well, it's not a very nice day in Wisconsin, but it's not the worst day, I guess. We're at the junkyard. We had to put on our big old boots here to tromp on through this shithole of a muddy pit. So we are actually pulling a engine harness from this EK hatch right now. This is actually from a D16 Y8, and we're pulling the engine harness because the new sedan that we picked up, if you guys didn't watch the last video, be sure to go check out the introduction to that car. It has a very hacked up engine harness. So we picked up the Y8 one here because the one that's in the sedan right now was a Y7 with the 3-wire IACV, and the injectors weren't long enough and all the other bullshit that goes along with the Y7 harness when you're trying to convert it over to 2-wire IACV and all that stuff. It's just kind of hacked together harness. So starting with a Y8 harness is a lot better in a lot of cases when you're doing a B swap or whatever the case may be there. So anyways, we just got the harness. We pulled a couple injectors because I'm out, and we are going to be getting out of here now. So yeah, had to put our boots on today because we are working, and that guy's mudding like crazy. You like mudding?
It's not bad. Froden.
Froden? Froden. We're going Froden, bro. Alright guys, so we just got back from the junkyard. We picked up that harness and a couple injectors here that we got to flow up and send out right away. So we're going to get to decapping and flowing some injectors. Christian is on Craigslist right now looking at pets. We found a hairless guinea pig. So anyways, guys, we are just going to flow some injectors here. And I wanted to update you guys quick on some of the injector stuff. We actually switched out the tester here from... Normally I've just been using gasoline to flow the injectors to kind of get accurate flow results. But I've done so many of these injectors. I know what they got to do. And I've actually taken sets of injectors that I know flow where they're supposed to. And I compared it to mineral spirits because we switched the tester out to mineral spirits because... Quite honestly, if I'm out here for like 4 hours flowing injectors with gasoline, you know, it's not good for your health for sure. And mineral spirits isn't much better, but the gasoline is more of a petroleum-based thing. And it's like, it sticks on your clothes and it sticks on your freaking hands and it absorbs in your skin and shit like that. So I just wanted to get rid of the gasoline because I wanted a little bit healthier alternative. You know, it's kind of like vaping versus smoking. You know, like smoking is guaranteed to kill you. Mineral spirits is like, might be a little better for you. You know what I mean? So I have noticed though that when I'm flowing injectors with mineral spirits, I do feel a lot better when I'm done. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like I used to make e-cig juice back in the day, and if I wasn't wearing like a mask and gloves and shit like that, and I was using the nicotine and stuff like that to make the vape juice, I would feel like sick afterwards, or not sick, but just like, you know, kind of woozy or whatever. So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of a little bitch when it comes to that stuff. Same with like kerosene heaters. If we got a kerosene heater out at the shop when we first got the shop, we'd have it on for like 5 minutes, and I'd be like, oh, fucking turn that damn thing off. But anyways, so we're gonna get to work here. My dad has been busting his ass on the garage. This is actually the garage that the majority of the channel has been filmed at. We haven't really updated this garage in a long time. But here is the cabinet, you know, with the smiley face on it, if you guys, that was sitting right there. My dad is actually resheeting the walls here with plywood because the drywall is all banged up and this garage didn't hold heat worth a damn. So he's hoping that the plywood will actually, I think it'll help a lot actually. Oh, yeah. And then we're going to repaint over the wood. We're going to get rid of the bench over here. We're going to toss a lot of this stuff out. My dad's just kind of going nuts in here and redoing the garage because I got a shop now, and he's like, oh, I want my garage back. So he's going to, I don't know. We got to get my dad a drag car at some point and get him on the channel because I think that'd be kind of cool. He was actually talking about a Vega yesterday.
He was. Yeah. We were having a great conversation about Vegas.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's a Vega for sale down the road, and he wanted to go look at it. A Chevy Vega. That'd be a great drag car. You could probably put 400 horsepower to the thing and go 8s because they're so damn light. But anyways, yeah, so we are going to pick back up here in a little while. Just kind of wanted to show you guys the garage here. Like I said, we're moving toolboxes around, and all the stuff on the walls is all gone now. We used to have cabinets over there and the radio and a fridge and a whole bunch of stuff, but it's all moved out now, gone, throwing a lot of stuff out, redoing a lot of stuff because the garage has been kind of neglected for a really long time. My bad. Alright guys, we're just on the way to get some almond milk right now.
And ice.
For the girlfriend. She needs almond milk and ice. She's still broken, her foot is still messed up. Another couple weeks and she should be going back to work, hopefully. She's doing a lot better, but broken ankle takes a long ass time to heal and it sucks. But anyways, I had a thought. I know it may seem like we don't like wrenching on, you know, customer cars that have a shitload of problems, but like the one that we're working on right now, like we got to swap the injectors. We got a set of flex styles all flowed up for it, because, you know, there's just a bunch of problems that arise when you go to get a tune or whatever, because a lot of times if the car don't have any problems, people don't even get it tuned. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just kind of the nature of the game with tuning. You kind of got to expect to redo a lot of stuff on the car, which I enjoy doing. I love helping people out, and I love getting these cars running, and I want to get them all running. So just like Brent always says, like, bring your hot rod by and let's just fix it up. No matter what the problems are, let's just get it going. You know, I'm not really scared to take on any Honda job. So you guys got a car that, you know, ain't running right. You want to get her tuned up, you need a tune, whatever, bring it by. We'll get her running. And the E85 pump is out of order. What the fuck? This is a first. E85 out of order. Wow.
Were you the last one to fill up here?
No, I was not.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. I think it's awesome because around here, the E85 pumps are like, like people normally don't use them except for us.
Yeah.
And so I think it's funny, on like a Friday, I fill up my car, and then the next Friday for race day, I go back and it's the same number. I'm like, okay.
Alrighty guys, so we are pulling the injectors from the hatch here that we're working on. This car has a Victor X intake manifold and an AEM fuel rail. So we are taking the RC 1000s out of this damn thing. If you guys didn't know, if you guys want to send injectors into me, you can, and I can flow test them for you and do whatever you need to do. Like, I'm actually gonna kind of curious on these injectors, and I might put them in the flow tester and just see like what one went bad, or if they're all bad, or maybe they can come back to life a little bit if I can clean them or something. So yeah, but anyways guys, if you guys really want to support HunterTuned, you can always send in injectors for me, because the fucking junkyards are super low around here, and I'm trying to keep the orders flowing because, well, I just bought a PTC fucking converter for the Mustang. That was a little bit spendy, but it's kind of one of those things where a converter makes or breaks a setup, and everybody recommended me to Dusty at PTC Converters, and I ended up getting a 9.5-inch PTC converter. He said it's going to work good for the 4.8 because the cheaper budget converters that they offer are a 10-inch converter, and he said with the 4.8, they're a little bit harder to get to spool up because the displacement of the motor. With the 80 mil turbo on it, I need a loose converter down low and have something be very efficient up top to make like 800 to 1,000 horsepower. And this converter is rated for like whatever the fuck I want to throw at it. So that's awesome. We got a converter on the way. As soon as Dusty gets around to making it and sending it over, hopefully it doesn't take too long. We got stuff coming for the Mustang. I'm super happy, but we got to keep the money rolling in here, working on customer cars, so we can continue doing stuff to our cars and all that kind of stuff, because all this stuff costs money, and that's just how she goes. Anyways, we are putting a set of the Flex style injectors into this thing. These are the Flex style. Both of the injectors on the website can run E85 or pump gas. These ones are just out of a stock Flex vehicle. That's why they're called the Flex style or whatever, but they don't flow a whole lot more than the normal decaps. But anyways, so these things are going to be going into the AEM fuel rail here, and what we're going to do is we're actually just going to take the O-rings off of the RC, because the Flex style comes with the big fat style O-ring on the top. And you can either do two things. You can get a top hat adapter, which the RDX ones, or there's probably another company that makes top hat adapters, which pretty much adapts the big style O-ring down to the small style O-ring like these ones are on the RC. So what I usually do on the Flex style is I just put the small O-ring right onto the Flex style injector. It just sucks because there's a little bit of a gap. So you can either do double O-rings or you can do just the single O-ring and not have issues. The Flex styles are a little bit easier to do the single double O-ring fucking thing, and they don't leak as much as the normal decaps. Normal decap stuff, I usually always recommend people get the top hats because it just works out better that way.
Hello.
And Michael is here now, so he just surprised us. He hasn't seen the new project car or watched today's video.
No, and I already seen this on AJ's Facebook.
So yeah, we're gonna throw these in and show you guys this manifold actually has a pretty low fuel rail placement already, and it has spacers on it. So normally you can just remove the fuel rail spacers and everything will bolt down just fine. In this case, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll just take the spacer out, put it down. Shouldn't have any issues, and I'll show you guys the finished product here in a minute, and then we'll get to wiring the new pigtails on and deleting the resistor box and all the fucking work we did yesterday. All right, guys, what's new? Car still, it runs like crap. So we did get it running, and it just poured fuel out of the exhaust because I'm sure the manifold is just full of gas still from the injectors being stuck open. And we got the flex ones installed. I deleted the resistor box. I did everything like that. We got the injectors all wired in here, looking nice. I tucked the injector wires for them, so that's all looking good instead of running over the manifold. And we were running it, and I was trying to keep the car a little bit higher RPM to get some heat in it to kind of blow all the gas out of the manifold to try to unflood the motor. We replaced the plugs. We checked the cylinders, and they are all dry. Every plug in the motor was dry now. They're not soaked with gas anymore, so I'm pretty sure we fixed the injector issue for sure. But I did notice one of the plugs was wet. And it's the one closest to the fuel pressure regulator. I don't think I told Christian this, but one of the plugs was still wet. The other ones looked like they were, you know, burning the mixture. But the one plug was still wet, so I didn't really think anything of it. We just threw a new set of plugs in it, started cranking it over, and it just starts up and it dies, and then it just doesn't stay running worth a damn. And we found another issue. Want to show them?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, I'll turn the key forward here.
Oh yeah. Just pissing gas out of the regulator.
Did you show them?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Filling the intake up with gas.
Yep, so obviously when it's like that, the gas is literally just going right through the vacuum line and right into the intake manifold. This is one of the knockoff fuel pressure regulators. I had the same issue on one of mine. I had the same exact fuel pressure regulator and had the same exact problem because the diaphragm, you know, they get pinched in manufacturing or some shit and they rip. And then once the diaphragm rips, the gas literally will just travel right through the diaphragm and right out the vacuum line. So that's no good, no bueno there. Got to replace the damn regulator. What I did to fix mine is I actually used an AEM bottom half or top half with the diaphragm, and then it still has the eBay bottom half on my setup, but it is mainly an AEM regulator now because I swapped all the parts over. Kind of sucks. We got to go get a damn regulator now. It's just all this running back and forth to my place and shit. It just sucks because whatever. But we're trying to get her done. It's just a little aggravating when it's still literally is just chooching fuel out of the exhaust when it does run. This thing should just purr like a freaking kitten, dude. With these injectors and everything else set up, this thing should be running good by now. But hopefully by the time we replace the damn regulator, get that squared away and get the fuel pressure stable, because even after replacing the injectors, the fuel pressure was still dropping off pretty fast. Not as bad as before, but it was still dropping off. And it's because the fuel is just going right out the regulator. So we're going to try to go get a regulator with a 90-degree bend on it. I think I might have one at my house with they have a 90-degree on them, so it'll fit with this Edelbrock manifold instead of kinking the return hose off like it is now. We're going to go see if we got something, come back, try it one more time. Hopefully we can get this damn thing at least idling today, or at least, you know, running. You know what I mean? So we can at least like get it ready for the dyno, because this thing is nowhere near ready for it yet. So yeah,
Just needs a tune.
Just needs a tune.
Look how watery that is. That's ridiculous.
It's still pouring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we ended up putting a stock fuel pressure regulator on the car here, and it fixed it. It runs a lot better now. Like it actually runs on all 4 cylinders and whatnot, but it is like cleaning out all the fuel that's sitting in the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold that's still got to run for a while. But the damn oil was so overfull that it was just spitting out of the catch can on the back of the block. Like the PCV box was just spitting fuel and spitting oil out because it was like 3 quarts over full, at least 3 quarts over full. So we are literally just draining all the shit out of there. And then we'll put some oil in it, and you know, only fill it up to the level there, and then refire it up, start it up again, and hopefully we'll all be good to go. But this is ridiculous. Finally, we got this thing running good actually. Doesn't want to idle unless it's at like 1500, but it's running smooth. Finally, we got her. About time. We changed the oil because it was full of fucking gas and water, and thank God the blow-by went away because it was just that overfull. Yeah, it was just that overfull on oil that it was just spitting right out of everywhere. But that's the oil that was in it. It's all gas and water and literally, just shit. Literal shit right there.
Like it's just runny shit.
It's super runny. But we're gonna clean all the rest of the oil and gas and shit off of the engine bay and engine, and pull it back in. Probably do some more finishing touches on it because this thing still needs a lot of work. But we got a lot of headway today, so we got the thing running good. Fuel pressure regulator was a big issue. So, and the fact that it was so flooded that it just took a long ass time to get to this point. We were sitting there cranking it and flooded like crazy, and then you know it was just soaked with gas. It took a long time to burn all that shit out of there, so mint. Alrighty guys, what a relief. We finally got the EG basket case turbo Honda 850 car running good. So anyways, we got it running good. I did just adjust the throttle body a little bit to get it to idle a little better because before the throttle was sticking really bad and the revs would hang at like 2 or 3 grand and I couldn't get it to like steady out. So I was just playing with the throttle stop on the throttle body there, and we got it running good. It still has fuel pressure after sitting, so the regulator's holding good pressure now. Everything is running good. I brake cleaned the whole damn motor off because I had a shitload of junk everywhere, gas and oil and all the above. So we are going to be tuning this thing tomorrow. We're going to get out of here for tonight, but we did, like I said, we got a long ways today. Got a lot done. I filled the radiator up. We did an oil change. I'm going to do another oil change before we do the dyno tomorrow. And we have to change the map sensor back over to the 3-bar because we just got it running on the stock map sensor for now, just to eliminate that from a variable. So now we can slowly start adding parts back into it and tuning accordingly. But it's funny how when everything mechanically is good, the tune, like, I can tune it real quick, you know what I mean? Like, I got it running good. So anyways, it is on a chrome base map right now and running pretty good. I did adjust some of the air fuels around a little bit, but figure we'll give you some pops and bangs quick before we end the video. But this thing runs great. Love it. Love it. Finally, she's mint.
Cover your ears. RIP headphone users.
Who says chrome can't shoot fireballs? I got a little fire out of her.
Oh yeah. It sounded like it was built to boost really well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright guys, throttle is still sticking a little bit on the car. We got to address some of that stuff tomorrow. You're gonna have to play with the throttle and just do basic tune-up stuff. Set the ignition timing, change the oil again, get everything sorted out, and then hopefully get the damn thing on the dyno making some boost and holding together, hopefully. I'm really surprised the motor is still okay after all the damn gas and the oil. That was really sketchy. But anyways, so we are going to be getting out of here for the night, and we'll pick back up tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Got a PTC converter coming for the Mustang. Really excited about that. And hopefully we'll get the motor done soon and all of the above, and everything will be happy, go lucky. Yeah, and we can get more customer cars in here because I got a bunch of people bugging me still. And we got to get more cars in here, so I just, yeah. Okay, anyways, see you later. Have a good day. Have a great night. Better tomorrow. See ya. Bye.